This game is rigged.
Stop being like
I don't know.
And look at me, silver medal, this earned me 0.
Welcome to MasterDebater. I'm Sylvia from Night Owl Thematics.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm Hirzie from Serangoon.
I'm Joel from Debate Association Singapore.
And we are really dedicated master debaters because it's actually his birthday and he actually turned up for a set.
This is a gift for you. The IP is yours. Enjoy.
Welcome to MasterDebater, the show where we fight about not so important topics in battles of debates. Every episode, 3 people from each team will present their stance going up 1v1 against their opponents in a speech round, followed by a quick-fire rebuttal round. Judges will decide which team won, and the losers will have to vote out one of their own. But the judges also have a revival card for the season, which they can use to bring one speaker back. Points will be given to the winners, as well as the best speakers of the episode, voted by you. The 6 players with the most points will go to the final episode, where we will crown the Master Debater. Who will survive? Who will break down? Who will be the true Master Debater?
Now, today's module, okay, we just crossed the halfway mark of this series, and today's topic is very exciting. It is video games should be a module in school. Now, judges, if it were a module, right, would you have done well? A1?
I would fail.
F9?
F9 for sure.
Whoa, you?
I'll be a G3.
Oh, both of you are not very proficient in video games, is it?
I don't play video games. I couldn't afford
I
it.
started following instructions now.
Right, I think I can get a B3 lah. But you know what? This panel doesn't seem to be really good lah. So the team who is for, 哪一个 team 啊?
Red.
Okay.
Red is a GG.
So the team which is for, I hope you can convince us that we need this module. With that, good luck, have fun, let's start.
Round 1.
Yeah!
Assistant Captain!
Alright. General modules in schools are created as fundamentals to develop a person and prepare them for society. Maths, science, history are all modules that develop your fundamental thinking and brain. That's why even though you might not use algebra specifically, it is important for development. So activities like basketball, they are external. CCAs, not essential for development. So gaming as an interest group or specialized course might make sense, but not as a generic module for everyone. I am an esports professional. And yes, I've learned a lot from esports, but their learning could have only been achieved because it is turned into a profession. On a casual scale, it is unable to bring about a lot of its benefits. So honestly, you want to pick up like economy management from a game like StarCraft. It's much more efficient and robust to learn that from a finance module instead. Logistically also, it is unfair. Rich families have an advantage, right? Modern video games require expensive computers, and if I tear a book, I can glue it together. But if I break my laptop, my parents will break my head.
Nice!
Is it my turn?
Oh yes, it is.
Let's go!
Benzo.
Welfare I see of our team.
Video games should be a module in school because it keeps them interested in school. Video games modules are not teaching kids to play video games, but to teach kids what video games are about. For example, coding for a game, video game design, video game marketing, game ethics, healthy gaming, and even merchandising. The reason why it keeps them interested, let me share with you. 3.1 billion people in this world plays video games. Wow! The fact that people love video games, kids obviously love to play video games. A video game module will spark interest, passion for kids to be better in other modules. Why leh? Because they need foundation from other modules to back this module up. For example, you need to be good at math to calculate the winning chance in game. You need to be good at language skills to study foreign video games and write up gaming-related marketing research essays. Thus, having video game module in school improves overall quality of education, and we should absolutely introduce video games module in school. Thank you so much.
So you're saying video gaming should be used as a tool to help the other modules, correct?
Yes, we are not talking about fundamentals of we're not talking about it as a fundamental module. It can be an elective.
So you're missing the motion. The motion is video gaming as a module. Video gaming should be used as a tool for education, yes, but it should not be considered a module. That's why you have specializations like game design and all that.
That's why I say it can be an elective module, and yes.
So the next thing I would like to talk to you about is, for example, the fundamental module. A fundamental module for such things are IT, not video gaming. Video gaming will be a very small subset to help you. And is school all about fun?
Yes, of course, school is all about fun. But let me ask you, you talk about spending like a lot of money on the equipment, but school have resources for this module, isn't it?
One problem for that is breakage. People still have to pay a lot. And the next thing is that if school is all about fun, you wouldn't even have maths, science, history, all this.
Yes, because of this module, it can be fun for other students for their foundation subjects as well. So like, let's say you need this math to be good at this, so you will be more interested in that module to back this module up.
Nice.
Sportsmanship.
Round 2.
Holy shit. Okay. It's okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Assistant of the assistant captain.
I'm the captain.
Yeah.
Stop that. Okay, let's talk about health now. Okay, we can talk about physical health and mental health. Playing too much video game leads to addiction, and addiction is dangerous. Everybody knows that. Too much of anything is good for nothing. On average, a gamer spends about 10 hours in a long sitting playing video games. Think about that. They will suffer lack of sleep and back problems and even getting fat, and it's good for nothing. It's good for hospital, of course, but I see no point. And video game often give unrealistic reality. And imagine the number of hours you spend on video games. It numbs you from reality and you become delusional. Monkey see, monkey do.
Yes.
It is proven by science. And imagine what everything they see in video games, they think is acceptable, and they will act on it in reality. And think about all the violence and all the accident that could happen. And lastly, your eyes. Your eyes are about to get.
Yes, Jason. Yeah.
Let's go, Kelly!
Okay.
How to be Jason? How to be...
Firstly, let me address Thomas' point on how video games are a subset of IT. The gaming industry alone is one of the biggest and fastest growing industry globally. Just in the year 2020, the gaming industry will generate $159.3 billion. And let me narrow it down to just Singapore. C Group is one of the biggest listed company in Singapore, and their initial core business to primarily publish and create video games. Okay, so we cannot deny the growing market, and gaming is just like any other jobs. Let me give you one example. Average marketing manager earns 3 to 6K a month, while a gaming marketing manager earns 6 to 12K a month, because video games companies are known to pay more than the bell curve. Why? Because not only you need to be an expert in marketing, you need to have extensive knowledge on video games, and these are skill sets that you need to acquire. And what's a better time to acquire these skill sets in school? So with rising industry, the demand of specific talents to support this rising industry increases. So we should have a module on video games, because that would directly help the economy of Singapore. We need to prepare new talents for this new rising demand.
Wow. You got this. Let's go, Kelly!
Kelly versus Jason.
Let's do it.
Versus Jason.
I start first, is it? You die already. Kelly, just now you mentioned esports worth 1.9 billion, correct?
159.
1.15, whatever.
159.3 billion.
Okay, now I tell you, anime worth 19 billion. So should we have cosplay module in school?
Anime is a subset of film, and your argument is invalid, because we do have film as a module.
Where?
Film school?
Which school?
Stop it!
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Talking about bad eyesight, that is bad habit. It has nothing to do with video game. You use your phone too much, also can have bad eyesight. What?
Anybody can practice video game anywhere. So what's the point of going to school now?
So we are learning not just about playing video game, we are learning about the coding, the design, the merchandising. Got listen not?
You missing the point, because now we are talking about video game in general, not designing the video game.
Video game in general is a very general subject. It's not just playing video games.
You're wrong. You are very wrong. And I have all the time. I can talk whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. Finish already. Bye.
Addiction is a disorder, guys. Nothing to do with video game.
Hey, good job, guys!
Round 3.
Asi!
Let's go, Asi. Gaming has little room for compassion. Every game will create toxic cultures. People who cast behind their keyboards and motivate cyberbullying. The language and behavior they practice online behind a computer screen is unacceptable. Humans need entertainment. Gaming is a huge source of entertainment for many. And if you take this away and make it a module, students end up developing negative feelings towards gaming, or they just get bored for gaming. Where do you release your pent-up energy and where do you seek your entertainment now? So that's why they will find the entertainment somewhere else. Excitement and thrills like maybe drugs, shoplifting, or even robbery. Judges, I need you to think, okay? Another thing, allowing kids to game used to be a form of reward. If I'm a mom, I will allow my kids to play games maybe for an hour, but now I reward them with what? 1 hour so that they can play 5 hours of game. And in another way, if I want to punish my kid, I could ban them from gaming, confiscate the cables. Then now I don't even know if they are playing games or just doing his assignments. There are no boundaries when you mix education with entertainment. Thank you.
Wow! Solid! Better than mine.
No lah.
Good. You're like, I don't know. Pokemon.
No, Pris, you're great. I get you.
Everyone here has heard a politician say that kids are our future and education is pivotal. Yet last year in the United States, $5.6 billion was cut from the education fund. Experts keep saying the education system is outdated, it's old, it does not adapt to change effectively. Yet, video games gives politicians the ammunition for impactful change. We've already talked about the social and economical impacts video games can have in the education system. Now, this gives politicians ammunition to make these changes in the education system as well. In 2019, the Singapore government said that joy is key to making education fun for students and keep them interested in school and to progress in the education system itself. And think of it this way, it can also be a Trojan horse. If the politicians use this as a way to bring video games into the education system, it can then open more doors when they can prove their success through social changes and economical changes to then make more lasting changes to the education system as a whole as well. Thus, I believe we should bring video games into the education system to make these holistic changes to our education.
It's like there's no way for me to even say yes. It's so fluid.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
You mentioned that this is actually a fun element, right? You want to imbue this kind of fun entertainment into schools. But I tell you, this is actually, gaming can be used as a tool education, but it shouldn't be a module.
I never said there was a fun element, I said it keeps kids interested. That's a very different thing. You're learning about video games, not having fun doing it.
Correct, but what I'm telling you is you need the fundamental causes to get your brain activated. If you don't even know about the fundamental causes, how are you going to go into gaming?
Nobody actually addressed that you don't need fundamentals. We are saying that you need fundamentals to enhance your ability in this module, and this module then helps you go into the workforce and get those specializations like gaming marketing manager.
Gaming marketing manager are actually the top students. What are the normal students going to do? The average students, are they going to get it?
Funny enough, I was not a top student 188 in PSLE. I'm a gaming marketing manager.
I understand that you are a gaming marketing and manager. All the judges over here are not very good at gaming, but they are so successful.
All the opposition has tried to talk about is demonization of video games. We want to implement this in school and show why there's a successful path for this. All they do is attack video games, but that's not the topic. It's about education of these video games, which helps with the demonization.
Good job, guys.
No.
Good job, guys.
I'm not convinced.
You know what I'm convinced? I don't know.
Yes.
Now we invite the closing statement.
You don't need preparation time?
No need.
Okay.
We have talked about the economic growth opportunities and the social challenges that video games can address. On top of that, we have given the way politicians can make these effective changes in the school. The opposition has only talked about how video games are demonized in the community. Talking about things like monkey see, monkey do, violence in video games is something politicians talk about all the time, yet every single study has proved this to be factually incorrect. Bad eyesight, that is an unhealthy relationship with screens, not video games itself. Education will help fix a lot of these different problems. And on top of that, they keep mentioning esports, playing video games, learning from playing the video games. No, that's not the topic. It's learning about this emerging market that is set to be the biggest entertainment industry in the next 10 years. It is important that we prepare our children to understand what this massive, massive industry is going to be and make sure we set them up for success, not failure.
Nice! Not too bad! But we have better points.
Jason, you summarize
No lah, no need me lah. I'm the captain
Hey, you try ah.
No need me. I send my weakest speaker there. The weakest one.
Step on the mat.
Yes! Step on the mat!
You can try, boy.
Our opposition has missed the point. The motion says video games as a module, but all they're mentioning is about specializations, not a generic module. Fish is a gaming marketing manager, and he didn't take video games at all. Look where he is, right? And when you blend fun with education, there are no boundaries. People can take that as an excuse, and they can play games and say it's homework. Right? Video game has its benefits. We're not denying that. It can be used as a tool for education and ultimately a specialization, but not a generic module. And it is being used as that right now, because it does not develop a person fundamentally as other basic modules of thoughts do, right? Resources are then wasted on this. And I love gaming, and they also said that gamers earn money, but the viability of a profession cannot be looked at the top 1%, but at its average. And engineers, marketing, average people can earn, average gamers, 0. Even though I got a silver medal, it has earned me 0.
Nice! Silver medalist.
Wait. What we are discussing is really hard to judge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly. Right? Do you think you guys did better or them?
Slap! We have to be confident, so I think we did better because I feel like our points, we cover like a wider spectrum.
You did. That was my note.
It's more holistic.
Okay, Jason!
Wider spectrum doesn't mean they are right. We are always standing at the right position.
Okay, let me tell you what it is, because what you guys saying are exactly what I felt from my notes. I felt like the red team had a very wide range of arguments. It was so comprehensive on every aspect. But what the blue team had was Thomas' submission move. That closing statement totally just enveloped everything, from the fact that he mentioned specialization versus principal modules. I felt what was flawed about this motion was the specifics of it. It says, should video games be a module in school? It didn't say fundamental module, it didn't say elective module, and in school, which school? Like which trajectory of school? Is it primary school, secondary school? Because that would determine a lot of your arguments. For example, when you say mental health and content on violence on games, to a university student, violent on games wouldn't matter because we are of age, but to a primary school student, that would be specifically detrimental. So the motion itself sets for an open-ended argument. Variety versus submission move is what I would my decision would come down to.
Okay, that was a very heated debate, and knowing that I'm actually wearing red and you're wearing blue, it is not indication of our biasness. We will still vote fairly in 3, 2, 1. The team that did better is... Jason, you're so upset!
Esports, do you alright?
Yeah.
Actually, not really. I fought against them.
Did you see our reaction when you pointed
Yes! Yes! We won!
Right, we're not sold. They are not sold. Okay, explanation.
They want a recount explanation.
I think for you guys, you all sold, how the whole ecosystem would be great and anything. But I realized at Thomas' statement is that what you guys are saying, you are not really focusing on video games itself. Why is it good? I could have changed the topic to social media should be a module, and your argument would be exactly the same thing. You're not selling video games, you're selling the ecosystem of a rising industry. In that sense, you did not really target why video games. The body itself is important. You're talking about what's related to that is more important.
The rebuttal question I wanted to ask Kelly was, and I wasn't given a chance, but it wouldn't have changed my decision anyways, was should we sustain every economy if it all has a rising trend coming up? For example, terrorism has a rising trend, sex industry has a rising trend, pornography has a rising trend. Should we back it up just because of that? I could point to you guys for not covering that, or I could point to you guys for not rebutting it, but it was down to who had the closing statement best.
I think Jason talked about the anime one.
Yes, he loved that one.
I thought it was.
I wish you'd phrase it slightly like that. Like, should we sustain every economy if there's a demand?
There's no way Jason can phrase it that way.
By the way, animation is a module. You can get a module in animation.
Animation anime is two different
modules.
The effect of that response was that it was testing the yardstick for what constitutes a legitimate module in school. If the yardstick from you guys is that this is something that is commercially useful or that there's an ecosystem around it that is commercially viable, then should we then integrate cosplay as part of building the foundation for them to enter anime? And I think that was a way for them to challenge your thing, which was why that response was not just stylistically good, but it was also good in terms of content. But I think the reason why Red loses out marginally to you guys, while Blue explains to us the importance of fundamental skills, it's unclear why those fundamental skills in math or spending curriculum time on building those fundamental skills should be traded off by Red's desire to prepare them for the gaming industry or for the industry that seems to be quite specialized anyway. So it's very unclear how this would benefit the broad range of students anyway.
Okay, that decided.
No, but I want to hear what they say.
Sorry.
They have to agree with our decision.
They can't.
They don't have to lah. It's okay lah. Kick them out.
You're starting shit, you know.
Okay, so with that, I hope you guys agree that the winner is the blue team. And for now, let's give them a round of applause.
That was intense.
Yes.
Jason wins again.
I know.
How hard is that to believe?
Cosplay module, that one really, was something that was in our brains the moment you say it.
Tested the yardstick of the...
Yes, and for this team, wow, they're looking at me very fierce. I'm scared. Hey, Hirzie, you say.
Well, the time has come for you to lip sync. No, I'm kidding.
Lip sync real life.
Now it's the decision for the red team to eliminate one of the speakers for this round. You guys have 4 votes. 3 would out someone, 2 would tie. So be smart with your choices, because the last time the judges chose, we chose quite a big MVP. You don't want to f*** it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you!
If I could vote for myself, I would, because this is the second time I've needed to deliver the closing, and from the judges' perspective, didn't accurately do so to link our topics back together. But since I can't, there's 2 things that stand out with my vote. First is our strategy for the last 2 topics do not involve one person, and I believe that person was a little bit weak in their rebuttal, so I'm voting for Ben.
I don't know, but I think I vote Fish lah. Even though he's the strongest, right? But doesn't matter the votes, but I think I would do vote Fish because he's a great speaker. Thank you so much.
Hey, since it's your birthday, you want to eliminate now?
Yes, I'll eliminate someone.
Okay.
Fish and Benzo, could you step forward? Unfortunately, one of you has to go this round. Your team has decided. Fish. Benzo, you have been eliminated from your team.
Sorry. I'm very sad that we have to vote somebody out. We have 4 people left. So if we vote anybody else, the remaining 3 has to do the remaining topics. Strategy-wise, I think we will vote Benzo out.
I'm gonna vote Benzo out because I feel like for the rebuttals, he didn't do a very good job. So yeah.
You all know I'm not good at this debate stuff but the thing is I think I really done my job to entertain you guys, to do my best to maybe give you guys a good laugh. But you know what or not? I think I believe in them because all the ideas they give me I just talk. So actually they're all the brain. I really love them so much. Red team, you're the best. I love you guys so much. Blue team, you suck. Just kidding Yes! You guys are good, but I like this competitiveness. So, alright, thank you guys so much. I'll make a move first.
We love you. Wow, that was so uplifting. I would have thought it was some winner speech.
Yeah. Put it on TikTok, man. Yeah.
Okay, so we will be moving on to more and more intense competition between the teams in the next few rounds as we move towards the finale. So remember to go vote for your MVP. And we're done for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next episode of Master Debater. Bye.
What's up guys, I'm Benzo, and yes, sadly I've been eliminated, but no worries. I think this whole series I've really learned a lot. As you know, I very talk cock and you know me, I can jiao a lot, but you ask me do serious, it's a bit very stressful. And yes, this whole show is a bit intense and competitive, but hey, we all learn a lot, and I really enjoy this competitiveness against each other, and hope you guys feel it too, and stay tuned to the next episode. Bye guys!
Next time on Master Debater.
How can waste time to elaborate everything?
We have decided to use the revival card now.